Hello there everybody, it's Night 2 aka Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, we had ourselves a nice little reunion, somewhat slightly, with Shiro. Had a nice little talk with Honjo. Had some very... I don't know, just something the way that Marie was talking to Honjo was kind of, a bit concerning. Also, much earlier we had Reinhard talking, explaining that Samuel will appear at the 5th swastika, and it was more like the 5th one that is to be opened. So it's not like each one are labeled by a number and all that. It's just that as soon as the 3rd and the 4th one are open, right as the 5th one's about to open, boop, here comes a red flaming hot woman. Basically. Alright, so thank you very much for that. Anyway, also, Marie's in school uniform now. And now we're at the school, so this ought to be good.
ここが学校? なんだか静かね.
There were students, teachers too. As per usual, it was filled with over 500 people. However, I didn't hear anyone talking. It's probably Rusalka's doing. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. That or it either has to be Rusalka or Bay. We walked by several people in the hallway, yet no one gave us a hint of attention. All of them were just silently and aimlessly roaming about. It went without saying that it was strange.
そもそも今、授業中だぞ。
Normally, it would have been the middle of 3rd period, but not a single classroom was active. It was like a school for zombies.
マリ、ちょっと歩こう。校舎中を見て回る。
Honjo was right. This wasn't even remotely normal. However, it didn't seem like anything was about to happen, so I tried to calm down and chose to survey the whole area. And the result?
どこも一緒だったね.
The same thing was happening all over the school, from freshman to senior classrooms and even in the staff lounge. Each and every place had humans, but not a single person acted like one.
催眠術とかそういうのかな。
That simple idea came to mind. I tried shouting into my homeroom teacher's ear, but he completely ignored it. Then I punched the principal, ready to be suspended, but not even that got a reaction out of him. I bet everybody's wanted to try to do that at least one time in their school life, but he got to do it and no negative repercussions for that one. Did hypnosis this ridiculous even exist?
ねえ、こっち座ろう.
Though I was perfectly calm on the outside, my mind was in a state of splendid confusion. Marie likely saw through it and told me to rest.
ほら、早く、こっち来て.
いや、その。
There'd been no casualties so far, nor did we get attacked. That much was true, but I wasn't exactly in the mood to do anything so carefree.
目がこんななってるよ. 全然休んでないんでしょ? だから座って.
Well, even if having a breather was a good idea. Why did you sit on the lawn when there was a bench only a few steps away from us?
チクチクしないの。
I had trousers on, so it was all fine for me, but with the miniskirt she was wearing, sitting on the grass didn't seem like a good idea.
気持ちいいよ.
However, Marie showed no hint of care about it as she grabbed my hand, pulled,
早く.
and made me sit beside her. The smile and the warmth of her skin made something within me crumble and fall apart. Like the tension within every nerve of my body, as well as that which hid all the built-up exhaustion. Honestly, I felt like I wouldn't be able to stand for a while. And so, I slowly limped to lean on her.
悪い。
I whispered in a way she wouldn't hear. I might have been acting like a spoiled child, but I honestly had no idea that a person's touch could give me so much peace. Fourth period would end soon. With lunch break right around the corner, the inner garden was flushed in a warm sunlight that made Marie's hair shine bright, each strand caressing my cheek with a pleasant tingle. They carried the somehow nostalgic aura of sunlit fields, though she spent most of her time within the twilight raining down on the vast veil of the ocean. The bloom within her smile seemed to be a far better fit for noon's daylight. And...
腹減ったな。
I realized I hadn't had a proper meal since I walked around town with Marie and Kasumi.
レン、お腹空いてるの？
ああ、少し。
Not exactly a fitting expression, considering I'd been going 3 days without food or water. Yeah, there's also that, you know?
マリーは平気か？
私は大丈夫だけど、どうしようか。何か探してくる？
あ、いや、いいよ。
I shook my head with a wry smile. The idea was just too heavy on the heart. A situation where the two of us would enjoy our lunch as sunlight peeked into the inner garden.
なんかしょうもないこと考えちまいそうだから。
What the hell was I doing anyway? I came here to fight, fully prepared to face death itself. Yet even after having learned of the abnormality that took hold of the campus,
レンはいつもここでどんなことをしていたの？
I almost began to fall into the sweet and peaceful delusion that Marie was nothing but a fellow student I got along with, and it was just another day for us. A part of me wanted to throw it all away and sleep like this forever.
同じくらいの年の人がいっぱいいっぱいいるんだね。建物もお城みたいで綺麗だしなんだかとても楽しそう。
She was born under a guillotine and died beneath its gaze. No parents, no siblings, no friends. She didn't have a single person to share any of life's joys or woes with. To someone born in this age, a school like this one was a familiar, everyday sight. Yet to Marie, looking at it was akin to catching a glimpse of a splendid jewel. That notion gave me an indescribable heartache.
楽しいよ。
本当？
ああ。
Aw. Yeah. This place really was fun. A place alien to murders and slaughter, to blood and war. A place that I'd always held dear and would continue to do so. Even now, I still desired to return to those peaceful days I'd spent here.
かすみとシローが俺と同じクラスでさ。あいつらバカで騒がしいから、いろいろ面倒なことふっかけてくるんだけど。
But even that was fun.
ずっとそれが続けばいいと思ってた。
And I thought it would.
屋上、俺の避難場所でさ。
The place where, in my freshman year, I met a somewhat eccentric girl.
追いかけてくるんだよ。バカスミが。
And then it turned into a standard hangout.
シローは気づけばいつの間にかっていう神出鬼没で、先輩はいつも微妙なサンドイッチ食っていて。
Yeah, she kept on pulling out sandwiches out of her bag like she had an infinite amount. I was absolutely concerned, and I thought that maybe that bag was really connected to the infinite sandwich dimension.
ほんのちょっと前まで俺たち、だいたい4人一緒だったよ。
But now... That was a different CG. I don't think I've actually ever seen that CG of her before, of Himuro. I don't think I have. I'm pretty sure I would have recognized that. Huh. Maybe I did see it and I'm just having a hard time remembering it. All of us were broken apart, and I was the one least like the me I was before. Our little group and the school we knew and loved were changed beyond all recognition.
じゃあレン、私が5人目になってもいい？
Aww. Marie's question hit me with the harsh truth as she entered my life as a part of all those changes in my reality, which quickly morphed into worry that returning to my normal days might mean losing her. Were I to discard my abnormality and turn back into what I was, my connection to Marie would surely disappear. There was little, or rather, zero doubt it was completely unavoidable.
ねえ、ダメかな？
But that was exactly why I wanted to be intoxicated by this lukewarm delusion. To see a vision of warped yet blissful days that would include her, as well as the rest of us.
いいよ。
For one reason or another, neither Sakurai nor Rusalka were here right now. In a school chock full of students akin to zombies or marionettes, only the two of us were truly alive. It felt almost like that shore, died by eternal dusk, like a world where time had stopped.
なんつうか、耳痛いね。
Shiro? Observing their chat in the inner garden from above, Shiro couldn't help but put on a self-deprecating smile. Isn't it weird, like, the last time that we were at the school... Oh, not really last time, but he was at the bottom, looking at, like, spying on me from the top, and now it's... kind of like it's kind of like a weird reverse. He didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the surroundings were so silent that he could hear them without even trying. Their talk aside, it was just as he thought. Those psychos could take the school whenever they felt like it. They'd already marked it as their territory. The only reason why they were so blatantly upholding this bizarre condition was to tell their comrades to stay away from their prize. They secured this spot and intended to keep it. In games focused on taking bases, the conventional move of the greedy was to take as many as they could, as fast as they were able. Shiro came along because he couldn't discard the possibility of those lunatics taking the straightforward action and opening the school right away. But now, he was almost certain this place wouldn't be the third. That meant it was time to contemplate on which spot was more likely. If they wanted to assure the easy opening of all 8 swastikas, they would surely start with the ones that had a constant flow of people, and efficiently sacrifice them while they weren't cautious about where they went. That meant the places that came last would be the ones where not many people ventured, as well as the ones that people couldn't leave even if they wanted to. Could you imagine if the school ends up in one route just being the last place? Wait a minute. Following that logic, the school would fall into the latter category. Being the good little marionettes they were, everyone would commute here even if the place was flooded or on fire. With those facts settled, Shiro found the answer. Putting on his cigarette, he produced a wry smile. 3 of the locations could currently be counted among the most dangerous, but one of them had a special place in the rotten heart of a certain Nazi. After all, Shiro was fully aware of the fact that Wilhelm was after him. Therefore,
さて、
Shiro found out that the school wasn't the place, so he stopped his peeping and decided to go where the guests were waiting. Ren could use this time to rest. They'd meet again sooner than later, anyway. Tatsumi had some devilish luck, so he assumed she'd be fine too. With those thoughts, he turned around. Apparently, I fell asleep. I wonder how many hours had passed since then.
Ohayo.
Well, I mean, it's kind of night right now, but good morning?
疲れてたんだね。急に寝ちゃうからびっくりしたよ。
I opened my eyes to see Marie looking straight at me.
どうしたのレン？変な顔。
いや。
Replying, I let my gaze wander. I just had a terrifying nightmare that still lingered on me like a bone-chilling cold. It was about a school with no Kasumi, Shiro, or Himuro. If I was alone upon waking up, I would have probably broken out into tears.
マリー。
何？
The fact that she stayed by me all this time made me so happy that I was almost shaking.
悪い。なんていうか、重かったろ。
Marie's face as she looked down on me was very close, and the gentle sensation below my head was probably her lap.
気づけば夜だし。
How could I allow myself to sleep for so long in such a situation? That was stupid beyond excuses.
平気。だからもうちょっとこのままでいて。
I tried to get up, but Marie gently held my shoulders down and made me keep lying like I was.
レンが寝てる間、何も変わったことはなかったよ。夕方頃、他の人たちはみんな帰っていっちゃったみたい。
Okay, so nothing crazy happened. Good.
だから今、ここにいるのは私たち二人だけ。
帰った？
Did all of those sleepwalkers return home? Well, in that case, that kind of makes me... Maybe they were just... If that's... Maybe they're just put, like, into a permanent autopilot, then. They come to school just waiting to be sacrificed, and then they just go back home whenever they haven't been sacrificed, or something like that.
多分、明日も来るんじゃないかな。学校ってそういうとこなの？
まあ、そりゃ平日には毎日来るけど。
If they kept returning here in that state, they were less like sitting ducks and more like a practice targets, fixed under a perfect lock-on. However, it was safe to say that this school survived the night. Though I didn't actually do anything, the probability of the school ending up as the site of bloodshed was low for the moment. I was glad beyond words, though all of my efforts were stupid and vain. I could be nothing but thankful for the fact that things didn't have to get messy.
私ね、レン、ちょっとよくわからなくなったんだ。
What? While I was indulging in relief, Marie spoke up.
一度レンと話されたとき、ここにね、何かが刺さったの。その穴が残ってるの。
Hmm?
それは、怒らないでほしいんだけど、心が痛いとか、そういう意味じゃなくて、レンと離れたのが嫌だなって、そういうことじゃないの。私は、だって、本当は何もわからないから。わかる？
ああ、わかるよ。
She wasn't wording it well, but I knew what she had in mind. This girl used to be completely indifferent to everything, even the idea of being taken away from me. As far as I knew, Cagliostro, Karl Kraft, was the only one able to influence her. Hell, the only reason she came to me in the first place was because he wanted her to.
じゃあ、何が刺さったんだ？
それがよくわからないの。
Marie's reply was highly apologetic. Reinhard did something to her that changed her, but neither of us had any idea what it was. Or perhaps...
マリー、本当は分かってるんじゃないのか？だからつまり、さっきみたいに。
Maybe she only lacked the vocabulary and experience in transfer of information.
何でもいいから話してくれよ。ちゃんと聞くから。
でも私、自分で何言ってるのかわからなくなっちゃうよ。
大丈夫だよ。俺そういうの慣れてるし。
Spouting off weird nonsense was par for the course with Shiro and Kasumi, and as their childhood friend, I had a lot of experience in processing it.
それでもう一度聞くけど、何が刺さったって？
何か長いの。 とても恐ろしいもの。
Something long and very frightening. Well, what comes to mind is either a blade or the spear that... the Holy Lance, but...
恐ろしい。
What did she mean by...
いっぱいなの。数がわからないくらいいるの。
その長いのがいっぱい？
Oh.
ううん。いっぱいが一つで長いの。こんな感じ。
Marie grabbed a lot of her hair and bunched them all into one long tail.
ああ、なるほど。わかったよ。
Not multiples of one, but a single assembly of many. So many that she couldn't count them all. So vast it scared her.
塞げないのか、その傷。
わからない。けど、塞ぎたくない。
どうして？
だってそこからレンのことがわかるんだもん。
俺の？
今、ちょっと怒ってる。
そんなことは。
Maybe I was. Perhaps I wasn't. Marie's explanation was enough for me to figure out the thing that stabbed her. It was likely Reinhardt's Irae. He pierced Marie, and now, through the injury within her soul, she was being filled with heart and mind. Okay, so I was thinking along the right track here. Since I was connected to her, both of them were probably mine. Which meant that me and Marie's current intimacy and the strengthening of our bond were both within his plot. We were like fish he caught and released so we could grow fat enough to satisfy him.
嫌なの？私がこうなったのはレンのせいだよ。レンが私をこうしてるんだよ。これを塞いじゃったら私はまた何もわからなくなっちゃうよ。それは嫌だな。もったいないし。
Her green eyes were looking straight at me as her voice began to shake.
怖いよ。
Dread. Likely the first emotion she received from me. When I faced Reinhardt back then, the ultimate fear within my heart was the herald of Marie's breaking. He was right. It was all my fault. Even if that man was the cause, she was frightened because I couldn't beat him. That realization in the situation called for me to stop wallowing in my shame. I had to let him know that what he did was foolish. Make him regret it.
俺の気持ちがわかるんだろ？
I looked up at Marie, straight into her eyes, still on the verge of crying.
ちょっと照れくさいだけだよ。別に怒ってなんかない。
本当に？
あ。っていうかそれ、そのままで大丈夫なのか？俺はそっちの方が心配なんだけど。
それは平気。穴は開いてるけど、埋まってるから。
Those wide eyes kind of concerned me, just saying. I didn't get what she meant by that. If the injury was there but filled up, then was it still being stabbed? And if she preferred like that, then, crap. I couldn't help but imagine some highly inappropriate things. God damn it, Ren! Dope!
何変な想像してるの？
Ow! Ow! Yep, deserve that. Totally deserve that. She elbowed me right in the face.
いきなり霞みたいな反応すんなよ。痛えだろ。
だって女はこういう時はこうしてくるってレンが思ってるんだもん。
思ってねえよ。
思ってた。
I wanted to deny that with complete honesty, but I couldn't discard the possibility of Kasumi's brutality being engraved deep into my subconscious. If it really was, then I grew up to have a hell of an outlook on women. Jesus. How about about she learned from Himuro instead? Nope. Honjo? Even worse. Sakurai? Rusalka? Nice joke. If I had to name a single womanly woman among my acquaintances, I would likely converge on Sister Lisa. Marie becoming a female version of me would be a first-rate predicament, so I'd appreciate it if she tried to be more like the Sister Lisa I knew.
やだ。
Fair enough. Why did that make her sulk? I didn't get her at all.
真似なんかしないよ。私は私だもん。
Got it.
レンは、その人が2人欲しいの？
Preferably not.
いや、別にそういう意味じゃなく。
What if someone asked me what I meant? I'd have a whole lot of trouble explaining it. God. Every time. The cell phone rang while those thoughts swirled in my mind. I was downright surprised.
なんで俺の着メロ知ってんだ？
It was the new cell phone I just got from Honjo, so how could it have had the same ringtone as the one I had before? It was likely a coincidence, but the fact that I couldn't be certain about that was a testament to just how weird she was. Although, there was a difference in that it was a text rather than a call. Wondering who the sender was, I opened it. Sorry, but I'll be out of touch for a while. Won't be away for long, so just chill and wait. Was this Shiro? I tilted my head, trying to process what he meant. And that was when both me and Marie became aware of a certain abnormality.
どう？落ち着いた？
Oh boy.
どうも。
With the departure of the two problem boys, Kasumi calmed down, her intense frustration dissipating like it had never existed to begin with. She was now timidly handling the colorful drink given to her by Ellie.
大丈夫。お酒とかじゃないから。
A single lick and she concluded that it was a juice mix. She wanted to drink it all in one go, but refrained from going beyond half.
ちょっと緊張気味？まあ、私のことよく知らないだろうから、無理もないだろうけど。聞いてもいいですか？ですかはいらないよ。私らためだし。はい。そうなんだ。あれ？
Kasumi slightly hung her head as Ellie glared at her.
今、老けてるなーとか思ったでしょ。
If I can be honest, I kind of thought you looked older too, so I'm probably going to die from that.
思ってないで。ないよ。
I'll just admit it.
いいよいいよ。散々シロに言われて慣れてるから。シロに。
Kasumi wasn't tactless enough to fail to notice the minute change in Ellie's expression when she said that name.
どうかした？いや、そういえば、エリーさんのこと。エリーでいいよって、ここ来る途中にも言ったでしょ？ごめん。エリーのこと、私今日会ったばっかりだし、全然知らないから、改めて自己紹介といきます？
Preferably with less chloroform. Kasumi hastily fixed her seating on the sofa and placed her tense fists on her lap. The material she sat on was so soft that she'd think it was a bed, were she none the wiser. It actually made her uneasy.
私は綾瀬かすみ、月の沢学園の。そっちはいいよ、知ってるから。
As Kasumi looked down in embarrassment, Ellie's face bloomed into a smile.
シロから聞いてるし、ちょっと興味が湧いたから自分でも調べたしね。まあそう考えれば確かにフェアじゃないよね。知ってるの一方的に私の方だけだし。はい、いやそんなこと。でも自己紹介っつっても私別にもう言うことそんなにないんだよね。名前はエリー。本名は訳あって内緒。
年はかすみちゃんとためね。趣味はちょいネクラなイメージあんだけど、パソコン。
Not necessarily sure how liking a PC can be considered gloomy. I mean, unless you're gonna tune that to the whole stays inside and it's only on, PCs all the time and just kind of locking yourself away in a room and then nobody ever hears about you until you come out of the room every about 3 or 4 months. Not like saying you live in your room for 3 or 4 months is a normal thing or anything like that. No.
はあ。
Why the hell did I think of that? Kasumi gave the appropriate, albeit empty, response.
どう？何か質問は？いえ、なんか聞きたそうな顔してるよ。
Hit with the bullseye, Kasumi got flustered and made her eyes wander around the room.
あのね、素人は
あいつがね、病院抜け出した時に出会ったの。
そうなんですか。
Ellie looked at Kasumi with an indomitable smile. It was an expression that seemed to know everything the girl had on her mind.
もっと聞きたいことないの？
それじゃあ、素人はもしかして
恋人じゃないわよ。
そうなん。
セックスフレンド。
Fucking knew she was gonna say that. God damn it! I was waiting. I'm like, okay, I know what she's about to say. Yep, there it is. There it is. The straightforward answer made Kasumi flustered enough to try to jump up from where she sat, but the sofa was so soft that she just fell on it instead.
っていうのは冗談。
冗談
なんでがっかりしてんのよ。
なの？いや、別にそういうわけじゃないけど。
As Kasumi struggled to get up, Ellie gave her a helping hand.
まあ、女同士なんだからさ。もうちょっとリラックスしようよ。
そうね、そうっすね。
まだ怒ってるの？レン君のこと。
Kasumi exhaled a grand sigh and leaned against Ellie like a deflated doll.
そりゃあ、もちろんイエス。人がせっかく心配してんのにさ。
Ellie's laugh had a certain placidity to it, which almost made it unbefitting to where they were. It got Kasumi to understand just how childish she really was.
男なんて身勝手がデフォだし、100% 全力で当たっても疲れるだけだよ。要所要所だけ抑えてりゃいいの。
要所要所って？
あいつらが疲れてる時、寂しい時、打ちのめされてる時、エトセトラ。そういう願ってる時にポイント稼いどきゃ大抵大丈夫だって。
それってなんか都合のいい女にされてるだけじゃない？
うん、都合のいい女になってあげるの。されるんじゃなくてね。そこ大事。
なんか自虐的？
そう？かすみちゃんも十分 M っぽい感じがするけどな。
M？ 私が？全然そんなこと。むしろ S っすよ。ビシビシ小づくし。
At least you admit it.
古き良き尽くして尽くして耐え忍ぶ女の匂いがするよ。
で、エリー近すぎ。
Ellie looked at Kasumi while the latter was taken aback by her own words. They both stiffened at the same time.
ちょっとリラックスできた？
A gentle smile formed on her lips.
ごめん、タメ口。
全然 OK っていうか他の呼び方してほしくないし。
わかった。
じゃ。
She got up from the sofa and reached for the glass.
お姉さんがいろいろ教えてあげる
Huh?
なんてね。私が教えられることって少ないけど、それでよければいろいろ聞いて。シローが病院抜け出してからのこととか聞きたいでしょ？
Yeah, kind of.
なんだ、そういう意味か。
Wait, did we both kind of fall for that for a minute there? I'm an idiot.
でもいいの？
Lethargic one moment, vigorous the next. The intense fluctuation of Kasumi's intensity made Ellie put on a smile she hadn't worn in ages.
都合のいい女になってやるには必要な情報ですものね。ちゃんと知らないふりするのよ。エリー、ありがとう。
Hmm? Their feminine bonding was cut off by an uninvited guest who didn't even knock. Ellie was about to pour them both some alcohol, but the intrusion made her grab the bottle by its head and turn around. Beyond the crudely open door stood one of the bouncers.
待って。
Uh-oh. Ellie placed her left hand on Kasumi to stop her from trying to get up. The face of the bouncer wasn't unfamiliar to her, but at that moment he had an air of uncertainty about him. His mouth opened to weave some words, but then... Oh, okay. Oh boy. A dispersion painted the room with a wet splash of crimson. He burst open, literally, in an explosion of blood, bones, and innards. Kasumi's clothes, cheeks, hair, knees, forehead, hands, and neck were all showered in droplets of a vivid liquid with a warmth of 37 degrees. Her cheek got cut, likely by a stray shard of bone. A moment later, a certain feeling overwhelmed her. A feeling that made her skin light a fever within the bottom of her heart. A feeling that doused her very core in cold moisture. The luscious fragrance of blood and flesh. The fading heat of life. The taste of slaughter. Her diaphragm convulsed to restart the breathing she forgot. Exaltation, carnality, impulse, bloodlust, supremacy, hunger, fulfillment, lust. Kasumi couldn't even remember to exhale the air within her lungs, and instead continued to inhale more of it in short, quick breaths. Her cardiovascular system spread molten hot blood throughout her veins as her heart rang out like a bell, summoning her into the hunt. The sound of a weight falling onto the sofa. Kasumi's ragged hyperventilation was followed by a loss of consciousness, but Ellie didn't spare her even a single glance. After all, to her, it was nothing but a standard case of a person fainting due to overwhelming shock in the face of a terrible tragedy.
せっかく仲良くなれそうだったのに。ごめん。待ち人来たれりってね。
Oh. Wiping the blood that splashed on her, she stared at the guts lying on the floor. It was an invitation, or rather, a provocation.
ということは、もう。
So this one's gonna be the third, huh? With a heavier heart, she strained her ears and heard muffled screaming from the outside.
シロ。
Ellie whispered and clenched her fist. Her lips widened to a smile.
意外と早かったよ。私の方が先におもちゃもらっちゃうかもね。
Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh my goodness. The disaster in the dance hall was several, no, tens of times greater. It was, without a doubt, the aftermath of a small-scale holocaust. People were destroyed and split apart, their pieces surrounding a petite redhead. Indulging in a successful mass production of death, the industrious little slaughterer turned to face the new dancer.
はーい、誰かと思ったらいつぞやの素敵なカップルの片割れじゃん。
Oh, Rusalda!
いい夜ね。
Ellie fearlessly walked into the performance of cruelty, as if to act out a scene that would transform it into a surreal comedy.
いいえ、素晴らしい夜よ。
The girl facing her wore a grin akin to a sky-reaping crescent moon, sharp and cold as a wintry lake reflecting it. Rusalka's eyes glimmered with experience. Ellie could tell that the girl had done this countless times before. The woman before had bathed within innumerable showers of crimson.
愛しのクライドはお留守なのボニー。もうちょっと待てばよかったかな。
Ellie shook her head, making her shortened hair gently tickle her neck.
ドンピシャだよ、あんた。
Oh. Oh boy! The girl sang. It was not a requiem, but a blissful welcome. A greeting to the new brethren lining up to follow her in eternal walk. She was embracing them all, loving them all. She sang, she killed love, sang, killed an ad infinitum. For that repetition was the very condition of the contract that allowed her to walk towards eternity. Oh boy. The girl sang. The bloody dance hall was a stage for her alone, a place from which the living had departed. Hazed with a fragrance of blood so thick it made reality itself seem distant, the air conducted her voice and its echoes. Listening to her song, the breathless audience silently swayed. Yes, the audience. The dance hall, with no living beings to breathe the sanguine air, had an audience. Lining up on the walls, dancing with dead silence, they were just some of the countless shadows extending from under the girl's feet. They were the ones that walked eternity with her servants. Surrounded by the swaying that seemed to hail their mistress, the girl abruptly halted her performance. For she had noticed the presence of a living being.
あら、お客様。
おー。
Ooh. A single look around the room and Shiro instantly felt it. The stench of blood, the smell of rusted iron piercing his navel cavities. The pressure felt by life, trapped in a closed space with no means of escape. Without a doubt, right up until he came here, the place was the battlefield. At first glance, however, nothing seemed off. Not a single blood stain, not a single hunk of flesh.
綺麗な声してやがる。
あら、綺麗なのは声だけ？
厚かましいぜ。
Though the space outright rejected any life, Shiro showed no hesitation as he walked forward.
へえ。
One of the girl's eyes squinted, dropping the maid's disguise to reveal the eye of a witch.
とんだ命知らずね、あなた。
Understatement.
そうかい？
Although, he's not stupid. I think. No, he's actually quite smart.
でも残念。少し遅かったわよ、クライド。
Oh, did you kill Honjo?
縁起の悪いあだ名をつけるんじゃねえ。フェイダナウェイを連れて歩いた覚えはねえよ。
あら、ひどいの。
With an impish smile on her face, the girl caressed her stomach.
そんなこと言ったら気の毒よ。せめて男なら、フェイより美人だくらいは言ってあげなきゃ。
Oh.
なるほどな。
Coupled with her gesture, her words made him get a full grasp of the situation within the hall.
道理ですっきり片付いているわけだぜ。食ったんだな。ここにいた奴ら全員。
Oh.
体だけはね。
血の一滴まで？
大ぐらいの女は嫌い？
年も食って太るまでなら構いやしね
ワイルドな答えね。ロマンティックじゃないけれど、 そういうストレートな男もお姉さん好みよ。
Oh boy.
言ってろ。
Shiro took a deep breath as he came to understand. The spacey student had shifted into a dimension beyond the club he had grown accustomed to.
じゃあこの場所も落ちたってわけだ。
あなた知ってるの？
The witch's expression burst into a smile.
スアスチカのなんたるか。
答える義理はねえ。
The blunt response made the girl twist her body in arousal.
今のちょっとキュンってきちゃったわ。久しぶりの狩りで少し興奮気味みたい。
A bit much there.
下品な女は勘弁だな。
That's good.
そういう男を虜にするのが好きなの。私
Good luck on that. The witch trailed her tongue over her blood-red
面
lips.
白いわ。いいよあなた。ベイにあげるのはもったいない。
Rusalka's youthful face distorted into a grin.
ベイってあの変態ろうそく野郎か。奴はいないのか？
今夜は一人遊びしたい気分だったの。だからこうしてあなたと二人きり。正解だったでしょ？
もう少し抱きがいのある女とだったら歓迎するんだがな。で
Shiro ruffled his frontal hair and pointed at Rusalka's stomach covered by the Schustaffel uniform.
エリーはそこか。
Wait, hold on. Schustaffel. I think that's how it's pronounced. German people, tell me if I get this correct.
ここよ。
She placed her hand on her abdomen.
私は気に入った人間の魂しか食べないの。あなたとあの子みたいだね。
そりゃ光栄だ。
Not moving an inch, Shiro formed his mouth into a faint smile. His lack of movement wasn't because he didn't want to move, but because he couldn't, for the swaying shadows extended from Rusalka's feet had already consumed him.
あのさ、一応言っとくけど、今やばいよ、あなた。
改まって今さらアドバイスか？
あなたの足元、私の影あるわよね。
She pointed towards the floor under his feet.
影踏み遊び。私の想像の能力。私の影を踏んだら、許しのない部分は指一本動かせない。喋れているのは、首から上は特別に許してあげているからよ。
Oh boy.
ルールが分かってないぜお前。影踏みってのは大抵影を踏まれたやつが負けってもんだろうが。それともドイツじゃ影を踏んだ側が動けなくなるルールなのかよ。それじゃ影踏ませだぜ。
それ
Rusalka raised her hands up and laughed out loud, a blatant display of her ability to move within her game.
あなたの言う通りよ。でも逆にしたの。そのまんまじゃ面白くないし、何よりこっちのルールの方が私に楽しみが多いんですもの。
勝手な話だな。
怒っちゃった？
オーケー、気にすんなって。どうせ少しばかり動けたところで手も足も出ないんだからよ。
Shiro wasn't in a situation that allowed him to spout any bluffs, yet his wolfish grin showed no signs of fading. He was seemingly ignorant to the fact that anyone bound by Rusalka's shadow was locked into a fate of a slow halt of their organs, followed by being devoured alive. It was akin to being swallowed by a large snake, a situation that certainly wouldn't warrant the kind of grin Shiro was flashing. And indeed, not once during her centuries of life had Rusalka ever witnessed anyone act like that. At least, until that night. Well, this is familiar. There it is! As if the expression of boredom was an order, the shadows surrounding Shiro began to wriggle and crawl. An amalgam of shadow and blood. A mass of bone-white fangs and darkness given form. a baleful-mouthed monster that seemed to represent the girl's rampaging desire. It was like the world the witch lived through shaped itself and emerged before him.
そういう居直った態度って感心しないな。
じゃあ泣き叫べば見逃してくれるのかよ。
まさか。でもそういうのとは別に泣き叫ぶもんなんじゃないの？
ああ
Shiro ran his gaze through the herd of teeth so warped that a mere glimpse would fry a normal person's consciousness, and sighed.
どう？今なら。
最悪だぜ。
The displeasure of having her words cut off made Rusalka's face distort into a grimace.
最悪のタイミングでデジャブりやがる。こいつ見たことあるわ。
Oh, knowledge.
早くしろよ。どうせこいつで俺を丸飲みにするんだろ。
For a single moment, Rusalka hesitated. The sacrifices she feasted on were too many to count. Most succumbed to madness, while those with stronger minds begged her to let them live. She enjoyed watching them do that. But this man's reaction was new. Tonight marked the first time she'd experienced anything like it. Therefore, Rusalka hesitated. For the man's reaction was one she had never witnessed before. To see that reaction twice on the same night was the height of abnormality. The first time was Ellie, wasn't it? The first time was from that woman she consumed moments before. The second was this man, likely her lover. Not much happened with the woman, though both her meat and soul were exquisite. Were they the same as the rest? Was it just another display of a person breaking under the weight of madness? Upon seeing those rows of fangs, some would break into roaring laughter. Were they the same as them? Unlikely, as those were bursts, explosions of emotion. The man before her kept his cool without being dominated by this feeling. Did he have something? If he did, then what was it? For but a moment, Rusalka explored the possibility of Shiro having some trump card, but her swift assessment had her dismiss that possibility. There was no way he could have had anything.
じゃあさよなら。ちょっと期待外れだったかな。
She decided the time for contemplation was over. Shiro seemed to move his lips, but Rusalka ignored it as she made the shadow consume him whole, along with any possible regrets. What? Shit! Shiro's last expression.
あれは
Familiar. The look in his eyes resembled Ellie's as she was being devoured.
気持ち悪い子たち。
I mean, unless their souls can actually fight back against while they're inside of her, Those gazes were ice cold and bore a new moon's sharpness. Rusalka couldn't stop them from being etched indelibly into her heart. The eyes, the gaze, the sharpness, the cold. They were almost condescending. Like they were looking at something worthless.
まさか。
Impossible. Rusalka won and achieved her goal. The miracle of gold was now promised to her, so surely she... Fear came over her in the form of a memory of a certain pair of monsters. Unable to defeat them, unable to escape, she could do nothing but succumb to their power. Rusalka had no idea what kind of ending she would receive in their servitude. She hoped she wouldn't have anyone look at her with those eyes ever again. She pursued that idea relentlessly, but what would ultimately become of her? All her doubts melted into a madwoman's laughter.
どうしちゃったって言うのよ。私ったらなんでどうして今日に限ってこんなにも臆病なの。
Her shoulders wouldn't stop shaking. Dread and comical absurdity were in equal parts to blame.
やめたやめた。なんか最後で冷めちゃったな。
Like a posh lady, weary of a banquet's tedium, the witch turned to leave the corpseless slaughterhouse, leaving behind nothing but deathly silence and blinding darkness. Though her heart still carried a slight malaise that made her question certain things, there was a definite and absolute truth about what she just did. The night marked the opening of the third swastika. That was an unshakable certainty. A truth sorely felt by one and all. Anyone with extraordinary senses would be unable to stay oblivious to it. To those superhumans in a grand harvest of souls equal to a storm of fireworks, they heard it, they saw it, and they felt the screams turned vibrations. Therefore, all of them were now aware. All, including Ren, Marie, and him as well. Standing on the bridge, Wilhelm Edinburgh beheld the explosive withering of souls. It was impossible to tell what was on his mind, as the very reality that placed him there was questionable. Kaziklu Bey, the knight's phantom with sanguine vigor flowing in his veins, a man devoted to blood and cruelty. Anyone aware of his nature would know that he should have been the first to engrave his name on the battlefield, yet he did nothing as another claimed his role. It was hard to call it anything but questionable. Not only that, but he didn't even show a hint of anger at the peculiar situation. Wilhelm was neither calm nor enraged, which made him puzzling out the works of his mind an even more daunting challenge. Therefore, it was safe to assume that the cause of the strangeness was in the man he spoke to. Wilhelm turned around to see Valeria Trifa standing before him wearing his usual smile. The words of the ivory demon implied that the priest was the one who interfered. Yet, was that truly so?
失礼。別にあなたを邪魔立てする気はなかったのですがね。結果的にそうなったようだ。謝罪したい。
まあ、別に怒っちゃいねえがよ。
Just displeased, he said with a snort.
今日一日俺のケツに張り付く必要でもあったってのかい？
ええ。あなたの行く先に私も用がありましたので、この結果はこちらとしても遺憾です。米注意。私はてっきりあなたが先陣を切るものだとそう信じていましたから。
俺もそのつもりだったがよ。
He wasn't stupid enough to cause mayhem with someone so suspicious behind him. As a man of hunch and intuition, he couldn't ignore such a foreboding presence.
てめえを背負ったまま動いたら、バッサリやられそうな気がしたのさ。おかげでこのざまだよ。笑っちまうぜ。
Poor bastard got cock-blocked. Now he doesn't get to fight freaking Shiro now. Also, they're both dead. Well, wait a minute. She mentioned that, if Ellie's soul is inside of her, then that means also Shiro's soul is inside of her. Possibly. Considering she devoured them. I don't know. Something about, I don't know. Like, I want to believe that Shiro and Ellie are the kind of people that can, like, withstand the madness. Kind of. But I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work. I don't know. They're definitely not normal humans. So part of me wants to think that in a moment of weakness during a fight with Rusalka, they'll just suddenly be like, hey, sup, bitch, remember you ate us? Ready for some indigestion? You know?
なあ、クリス。お前何を狙ってた？
ですから、あなたが行くはずだったところに用があると。いや、まあ。しかし参りましたね。それなりに本気で隠れたつもりですが、あなたには聞かなかったようだ。我が身の不明を恥じるべきか、そちらを称賛するべきか。
俺の鼻舐めんなよ。
ええ、そうですね。あなたは鋭い。リザやマレウス、レオンハルトなどとは比べ物にならないと言っていいでしょ
褒め殺しなら聞かねえぞ。
He found out that the priest had a need to sneak into the place where Wilhelm was going. Where the third swastika opened, he didn't know what Trifa planned to do there, but obviously he didn't succeed. His mistake lay in the fact that Wilhelm was aware of his presence and refused to act as he expected. Their situation was the result of both of them being distracted by one another.
う。マレウスは漁夫の利でしたね。しかし不幸中の幸いというか、まだ取り返しは効くようだ。
どういう意味？
私の都合的にという意味ですよ。
はあ。
Wilhelm looked at him with a gouging glint in his eye, blatantly displeased with the lack of explanation.
てめえの都合で俺の邪魔をして、そんな言葉で逃げられるとでも思ってんのかよ、クリストフ。
そうしたいのは山々ですがね。
Knowing it to be unlikely, Trifa shrugged in sighed.
ベイ、言ったようにあなたは里い男です。鼻が利くというか、ともかく一種の勘が鋭い。故に下手な隠し事は無駄と考え、この件に対する謝罪も兼ねて話しますが。
What, you gonna revive Shiro or something? The laudable words made Wilhelm squint his eyes. Then he voiced a question regarding a certain thing he wanted to know.
お前はシュピーネに一体何を調べさせてた？
Oh. Though seemingly unrelated to the current event, the question had essence to it, and the silence displayed by Trifa was an eloquent indication of that fact.
気になるな。おい、気になるぜ。まるで口封じしてたみてえじゃねえか。そう思うだろ？
シュピーネを倒したのは藤井さん。サラトゥストラであり、私ではないのですがね。
あのガキに真っ先でシュピーネをぶつけたのはお前だろ。
Just seriously, who made me fight that boy?
確かにそれは否定しようもありませんが。
The priest smiled at Wilhelm behind his back, who seemed similarly amused.
洗いざらい喋るんじゃなかったのかい、クリストフ。つっても別にお前の生い立ちだの食ってきた女の数だのそんなことは聞いてね。
いいでしょう。シュピーネの件でしたね。
Trifa slightly fixed his glasses as the nightly wind made his golden mane dance and hide his expression. It seemed to cast a strange shadow on his face, making the priest seem like an entirely different man.
バビロン。リザの息子のことはあなたも覚えているでしょ
ああ、それが
増年金と第一世。あれが誕生したからこそ、今日のこの日があると言って構わない。不死創造。スワスチカという都市規模の生物を起動させるための核。よりしろ。あれを生むことが、レーベンスボルン機関の、そう。言うなれば、裏の悲願だ。リザは見事にそれを果たした。当時はまだ不完全であったとはいえ、少なくともあのベルリン崩壊の日、ハイドリヒ卿並びに大隊長の方々を城へ飛ばし、完全なる増年キントとスワスチカ、それに副首領閣下の大隊が機能するまでの実験措置、性質創造の思考を図るという意味において、初代は役に立ちましたよ。あくまで思考であったがゆえに死なずに済んだわけですしね。だがこう考えたことはないですか。もしもあの時彼が死んでいたらどうなっていたのかと。
どうってそりゃ。
He suddenly fell motionless, and after a few seconds of thought, burst into a volley of uncontained cackling.
なるほど。なるほど、そういうことかよ。 俺らは本当に間抜けだな、クリストフ。
恥じることはありません。これは我々全員に共通する欠点だ。
Having achieved incredible powers and exposed to one that was even beyond them in its magnificence on a daily basis, they could easily fail to take notice of a tiny, seemingly inconsequential pitfall. The word of the beast was their law. If he said the boy wouldn't die, they would believe it without a shred of doubt. They wouldn't even entertain the possibility of him perishing.
あの時初代が死んでいたら、当然2世も3世も生まれることなく、全てがご破産になっていた。なぜそんなことにも気づかないのでしょうね。我々は結果的に死ななかったから今があり、その点でハイドリヒ教と副首領閣下はやはり絶対的である。勝利万歳ともろ手を挙げるのはまた次元の違う話でしょう。それこそそういうことはザミエル教にでもやらせておけばいいのです。問題はあの時あらゆる計画が頓挫する可能性があったということ。そして本当に誰もそのことに気づいていなかったのかということ。シュピーネ、バビロン、彼らは臆病で心脆弱な凡人ですが、ある意味で我々より数段優れていましたよ。米中尉。
Shrifa said that Lisa gave birth to twins, Golden and Silva, the twins of fate born in Lebensborn. One of them was unable to bear the feedback of the castle and disintegrated. That was what they were told and what they believed.
本当に死んだのか。墓はどこに。遺骨があるなら DNA は。もし生きていたと仮定するなら、彼とその子孫は一体どこに。今何を。サラトゥストラ覚醒に使われた殺し屋空母。あれは本当にたまたま偶然選ばれたのか。副首領閣下の砲術で編まれたこのシャンバラがそんなザル的人選を行うのか。いやいや、だからこそ読みづらいということもあり得る。しかしとはい
え。ああ、分かった。もういいぜ。
Willem cut off the priest with a wave of the hand that looked both depressed and pleased.
理解したって言ったろ。これ以上てめえの間抜けさ加減を自覚してもしゃあねえわな。ただクリストフ、今の話でふと思ったんだが、てめえは本当に最近までそれに気づいてなかったのかい。俺の感じはおそらくだが。
A few seconds passed as their stares intertwined, after which the priest put on a sad and bitter smile.
私のことなどよりリザの名誉のために言っておきましょう。彼女はおそらく生き別れた子を体のいい代替え品などとは考えていなかったはず。あくまで推論の領域ですが、どこか自分も知らない遠い地で普通に幸せを得てほしいと、そう願っていたのではあるまいか。私はそのように思うのです。そしてならばこそ、そうした母の愛までもが副首領閣下に絡め取られ、このシャンバラに引き寄せられていたなどと。
Maybe.
できれば彼女に知らせたくない。
母ねえ。
Wilhelm let out a cynical snort as Trifa considered him with the smile of a loving father.
あなたとて母子はおられたでしょう、米中尉。もはや思い出しもしませんか。
どうかね。俺はクソダメに生まれたような身だからよ、そういうのはわかんねえ。
Well, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to find out more about you whenever I do an interview with Kaziklu Bey. That's gonna be a fun little experience, isn't it?
とにかくお前さんのやってることはなんとなくだが分かったよ。ま、せいぜい好きにしろや。
He turned around and began to leave, clearly showing that he was done. But before vanishing into the night, he allowed himself one more question.
自分にとって近しいものから死んでいく。確かお前の業ってのはそれだったっけか？
Some might think that those words were a display of his grudge at the unshakable truth that the priest got in his way.
そうですね。それが副首領閣下に指摘された私の業。拭いがたいのはあなたと同じだ。
違いねえ。だったら次に死ぬのはおそらく。
Cutting his words short, Wilhelm laughed as he melted into the darkness.
まあ、お前はお前で頑張れや。勝利を祈るぜ。
ええ、あなたにもこの宿業から共に解放されんことを。
ジークハイ。
Sieg Heil. He returned the salute merely for form's sake. And after confirming that Wilhelm was no longer within hearing distance,
私にとって近しいものから死んでいく。ああ、確かにその通り。であれば今この時、最も私に踏み込んだのが誰なのか、そこに思い至らないのがあなたたちの欠点なのです。
he took his leave as well. With a smile hanging over his mouth, he voiced a farewell.
さようなら、米中尉。おそらくもう二度と会うことはないでしょう。
He couldn't predict how events would unfold, yet this one thing he could claim with unshaken certainty. Indeed, it was certain, a truth beyond doubt. Androta Spina is the only one that's still dead. Swastikas, 3 out of 8. Chapter 8. Natsira. End. Well, Shiro and Ellie are essentially in the belly of a crazy red-haired Nazi. Oh, pink-haired Nazi. I don't want to confuse that with red-haired beauty mark face. Well, this puts a monkey wrench thing. I'm not going to be able to see Shiro be crazy. God damn it! What the hell? You took away my enjoyment, Rusalka! You must die. Oh well. Yeah, also just freaking cock-blocked freaking Wilhelm. Jesus, man! You took away his rival! The fuck? Oh boy. Well, I'm not as affected as I thought I would be, mostly because, I don't know, they just seemed so confident about the way they were going to die. Judging by Rusalka's reactions, at least. So, part of me wants to think that because their souls are inside her, and because it's freaking Honjo and Shiro that we're talking about, a little bit of hope kind of is there, me hoping that, you know, they might be able to somehow affect Rusalka. I don't know. But, oh... They didn't even have a chance! Ugh. The worst type matchup, damn it! Although it seemed to have affected Rusalka in quite a way. I wonder how that's going to affect some things. But anyway, that is where I'm going to end it, so if you all like this, be sure to let me know. He's got a lot of work put on his lap right now, so that's going to be very interesting. No allies. He's gonna be pretty much by himself throughout this whole thing, isn't he? I mean, besides with Murray, obviously. Oh boy. As well as all of that talk with Lisa's 2 children. I unfortunately screwed up, and I forgot to write down the names of the 2 kids. I know one was named Isak. I believe that's how they pronounced it. and the other child was, Anyway, I'm gonna end it there, so if you guys all like this, be sure to let me know. I was not expecting that. Then again, this novel does a very good job of throwing things at me that I do not expect. So, kudos to you on DS Irae. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.